Hello, you on the Jenny Stories channel, and this is a new episode. Enjoy your viewing. Once a month I meet with friends who have stayed with me since school. Listening to the girls excitedly talk about their novels, I smile and remain silent, like that English lord who did not utter a word until the age of 16. Until the oatmeal burned. What should I tell them about? About the parent meeting? About the housekeeper? On thermage, Lomere cream and hyaluronic acid. Taking care of myself is my job. I do it by inertia. And why do I spend so much energy on this? Why do I endure waxing and anti-cellulite massage? I'm sure that if I stop painting my lips one day, my husband will be the last to notice. At the same time, I understand that radically changing my life, getting divorced and starting everything from scratch, is stupid. To feel like a woman again, a trifling romance would be enough for me. Only with whom? For reputation, as for money, the law of accumulation is fair. Having reached a critical mass, both begin to work for themselves. A few familiar men over the years of my happy marriage have developed immunity to me. I must admit, mutually. There is something defeatist about having an affair with a colleague, girlfriend's husband, or former classmate. Well, the well-known risk that rumors, gossip will spread. I myself am surprised at how, having coolly sorted out the scenarios, I developed a strategy, waited for a business trip to Europe, put translucent underwear, Louboutin stilettos and a mirror mist and bubble in my suitcase in addition to a couple of ordinary business suits. In preparation, treason turned for me from an adventure to a working project. This is hardly the feeling I was looking for. But without him, I probably would not have completed my plan. At breakfast at the hotel, a fit gentleman caught my eye. By appearance, a businessman from somewhere in Asia. He favourably differed from the fat Germans and British who were actively eating in the restaurant. However, the Buddha did not notice me point blank and smiled exclusively at the contents of his plate. By evening, I had completed all the business and was free the next day. You could fall through before lunch in bed or go to the pool. But the sixth sense drove me to a restaurant. This time, my appearance in the form of just from bed was noticed. Buddha, breaking away from scrambled eggs, studied my profile for a long time. And then, catching up in the lobby, he offered to show the city. We had a wonderful day. He pretended to be a guide. I pretended not to notice him quoting the guidebook. The fact that he never asked me about my husband and children atoned for the clumsiness of compliments. In the parallel world where we found ourselves, I was young, beautiful, desirable, and completely free. In the evening, we had dinner at the hotel and went up to me. At home. When I was just considering my insidious plan, I was terribly worried about the details. Under what pretext to lure him to the room? How, without destroying romance, to slip a condom? Extinguish the light or not? And most importantly, how to survive the morning when I wake up next to an outsider? But apparently, an outsider had experience in these matters. Everything happened simply and naturally. In the dark, without stupid tenderness, in the morning I woke up alone. At breakfast we missed each other, no notes at the reception, flowers, calls, business cards with a phone number. The Buddha tactfully disappeared, giving me not only a beautiful night, but also the feeling that everything that happened was an erotic dream, but in fact there was nothing. There were no remorse. Which I foresaw, there was not much desire to return to the bosom of the family. It's like after sex, someone wants warmth and affection, and someone wants to be alone. 3.5 hours later, when the plane landed at Sheremetyevo, this mood remained. My husband met me. We always made fun of each other, the tougher the better. So that time he asked, "How did you go? I hope I started a lover." I chose the proven method. The best way to defend is attack. Yes, love, young, handsome, rich. No, interesting, middle-aged Asian. Good in bed, not bad, for with a plus. Well, what is it? I'm late for distribution. Are you kidding me? In theory, I had to answer, I'm serious, which I was tempted to do. Caution 1. I said, what do you think? And hid in my husband's armpit so that, God forbid, not to meet my eyes. It seems that he really wondered for a couple of seconds if I could change him, the best husband in the world, lover and father. I thought maybe for the first time in my life. And he decided that this could not be. But this thought excited him for a long time. Either he with an innocent face offered to have dinner in a Chinese restaurant or in a Japanese one. For my taste, then he tried very ineptly to eavesdrop on my telephone conversations. Then he looked over his shoulder when I was communicating via Messenger. I, in turn, looked with interest at how my husband reads a detective story, spreads a sandwich, communicates on the phone, and asked myself if there were not all these years of marriage. If I saw this person for the first time, would I like him? And I realized that yes, I would like it. I remember that I even began to be jealous of him, as if he had cheated on me, and not me to him. A year has passed since that moment. I do not regret anything, but I know that there will be no more such adventures in my life.